8 courses, 24 credits, 1 graduate seminar, and a written thesis in order to be able to graduate. And the PhD program is similar, 8 courses, 1 graduate seminar, but this one is another graduate seminar, and then you have to write a dissertation. And in order to start your dissertation at the PhD program, you have to first finish your coursework and then pass the comprehensive examination before your thesis. So that's kind of regular YÖK or graduate programs kind of program, yeah. So we have 2 divisions in the institute. So this is the environmental technology division. We have 10 professors here. Many of them are with us today. And the other division is the environmental sciences division. And we have currently 9 professors there. So today you can see the names in participants list, hopefully. But we have Başak Hoca, Bahar Hoca, Berat Hoca, Melek Hoca, and Ferhan Hoca, İrem Hoca, and Burak Hoca with us. So we are here to kind of answer your questions. Now, we offer 2 master's program in 2 divisions, but we have different tracks under each division. So in the environmental technology master program, we have urban waste management and renewable energy track, and water and wastewater treatment technologies track. And in the environmental sciences division, we have environmental pollution and modeling, molecular ecology and microbial biotechnology, and socio-ecological sustainability. In all these tracks, we have 2 credited compulsory courses: fundamentals of environmental sciences and research methods for environmental scientists. All students who are accepted and starts the master programs in both environmental technology and environmental sciences, they are taking these courses. Yeah. And then there is a non-credit graduate seminar that you also everybody takes that course. And then in each track, we have specified elective courses. That's where you gain your specified expertise in different tracks. Yeah, and you take 4 courses there, 12 credits, and then you have 2 courses that you can take either within the institute or outside the institute, and these are free elective courses, free elective classes that you take them within, obviously, upon your advisor's permit. You can actually have kind of a detailed information on our website on the education tab if you go to our website. But I'm obviously, of course, going to talk about them very shortly as well. So let's start with the urban waste management and renewable energy, so waste to energy track. So the objective of this concentration is to introduce the students to the fundamentals and the principles of urban waste management, waste to energy practices, and the renewable energy system, which is more focused on biological production of renewable energy like biomass, and also you learn the management of hazardous waste. Yeah, so the program is designed for the science and engineering degree holders mostly, and those who have strong interest in sustainable management of various urban, domestic, or industrial waste. This track is for you. So which topics are addressed here? Urban waste management, waste to energy, renewable energy system, bioenergy and biofuels, and resource recovery topics are addressed. And upon the completion of this track, you can have your careers in public or private industries, in waste management, in municipalities, in recycling and recovery industries, and you can have academia jobs or works in NGOs. So the skills that we try to give to you in this tracks are you gain perspectives on energy sources, you'll have a strong command on renewable and resources, specifically on bioenergy. You'll have insights about expertise about management of waste and resource recovery, and you'll also have analytical testing and measurement skills. These are the course specified elective courses that you can take within this track. So as you remember, we have these compulsory classes for everybody who take the master's, who are in the master's programs. So you can take in as specified elective classes urban waste management, anaerobic digestion process, resource conservation for energy, fuels and chemicals, bioenergy and biofuels, environmental technology lab, renewable energy sources and environment, and treatment and disposal of wastewater sludge. As you remember, you only take 4 of these specified electives, so you kind of design your expertise accordingly, and you have 2 free elective classes. You can take other specified elective classes, or you can take other specified elective classes in other tracks within the institute, or you can take classes that are kind of related to your topic in other institutes, actually in the university. But to do that, you have to have your advisors and supervisors constant. As you can see, it's pretty flexible to build your expertise on a topic that you want. Now, the second track in the environmental technology division is the water and wastewater treatment technologies. And this one focuses on the development and treatment of treatment technologies to provide clean water and to treat wastewater. Yeah. So the aim here is to reduce the risks of the pollutants to both the nature, to the ecosystems, to the environment, and also to humans. Now, in this track, this track is designed mostly for, again, science and engineering degree holders. And if you have a high motivation to conduct experimental or fieldwork, then this is for you. That's an innovative track to develop new treatment technologies, actually. Yeah. And then topics such as water treatment, oxidation, disinfection, filtration, wastewater treatment, biological nutrient removals, adsorption, advanced treatment, water reuse, sludge treatment, and innovative treatment technologies are addressed. And the careers you can have after completing these tracks are, you can have jobs in consulting firms, in municipalities, again, in academia and in NGOs. So the skills that you developed are analyzing pollutants, oxidation processes, treatment design and testing, field sampling, and water quality management and reuse. So you have lab work and field work combined in a sense. Yeah. And the specified elective classes that you can take within this track are these, like these 6 classes: water and wastewater treatment, physiochemical processes, and also biological processes. That are 2 courses on that. And you can have chemistry for water and wastewater engineering. You can have water quality management, environmental biotechnology, and environmental technology lab. And as usual, you can also take 2 elective classes within your specified within your track, with outside of your track or outside of the institute. And then we have the 3 tracks under the environmental sciences division. The first one is environmental pollution and modeling. And the objective is to introduce you the physiochemical and biological processes related to the pollution of air, water, land, and air, including the fate and transport of the pollutants in the environment, their adverse impacts on nature and on human health. There can be some field and laboratory research here, or some numerical modeling as well, like computer modeling as well. This program is for, again, science and engineering holders, and if you have skills in experimental, quantitative, and model-based inquiry, then this is for you. the topics that are addressed in these tracks are environmental monitoring, environmental chemistry, fate and transport of pollutants, toxicity on humans and living organisms, risk assessment, modeling of environmental system, pollution control, and remediation. And the skills that you'll develop are monitoring, measuring the pollutants, analyzing them in labs, modeling them, modeling the dispersion and transport of pollutants in air, in water, and so on. So you have again six specified elective courses within this track, and these are transport of pollutants, environmental pollution control, environmental modeling, air pollution and modeling, environmental chemistry, and environmental toxicology. And again, you can take two other courses without or outside your elective track, specified track. The second track in the environmental sciences division is molecular ecology and microbial biotechnology. And this area covers a large range of research topics, including microbial ecology, genetics, environmental microbiology, biotechnology, conservation biology, bioinformatics, molecular ecology and genetics, and evolution. Yeah. Quite an interdisciplinary area. So this program, this track is designed for science and engineering degree holders, and for those who have kind of motivation to conduct experimental and field work at the theoretical or applied levels. Yeah. Topics that are addressed in this track are environmental microbiology, concepts and models in ecology, genetic data analysis, genomics, transcriptomics, metabolomics. I think they call multinomics. I don't know, maybe Berat Hoca can help me on that. And then microbial biotransformation and genetics. And you can have careers in public and private industries, biotechnology firms, and pharma sectors, in academia and in NGOs. This is like if you have a molecular biology and genetics degree, this is basically a very nice track for you. So the skills that you develop here are analytical capabilities, bioprocessing, you can have field sampling, microbiological examination, and genomic data analysis, biotechnological applications, and so on. And the specified elective courses are molecular ecology and evolution, environmental microbiology, concepts and models in ecology, genetic data analysis, microbial transformation and genetics, and molecular ecology and microbial biotechnology lab. And the last track under the environmental sciences division is socio-ecological sustainability. And this is like all other programs are interdisciplinary, but this is the interdisciplinarity here is kind of covering a larger range, including social sciences as well. And this is a track that's kind of aiming to study the interface between the nature and society, the environment and society. So who is the programs for? Program for science, engineering students, and also social science degree holders can apply to this. So it's not for social scientists only. That's usually a common misconception. If you have an engineering degree, you can still apply to this track. If you have sufficient skills in quantitative and model-based inquiry, or if you have, I don't know, social political awareness on the environmental problems, then this track is for you. Here we work on climate change, water, food, and energy security, overconsumption of natural resources, some maybe socio-ecological modeling on those, and so on. And after completing this track, you can have jobs in national and international NGOs, in private sector, in consulting, environmental consultancy firms, and in public institutions, and so on. So what kind of skills you develop in this track? These are systems thinking and modeling, sustainability assessments, like life cycle analysis and multiple criteria or cost-benefit analysis. And then you learn ecological and economic inquiry and policy design as well. And we have, again, 6 specified elective classes here. These are mostly related to economics, policy, and socio-ecological modeling. So you have environmental governance, environmental economics, dynamic modeling of socio-ecological systems, ecological economics, climate change policy, and systems and sustainability. And if you kind of want to work on system thinking, then you are supposed to take these 2 modeling courses. Otherwise, you'll take the others. Yeah? And then you can have free elective classes as usual. Now, these are the tracks and programs that we offer, and some info about the application process. So the application period already started last week, yeah, on 18 April. It's, I think, the application system is now open. You'll have until 13th June to finish your application. Then we'll have exams on the last week of June, and then if you need a English proficiency document, then there's an English proficiency test, university provided proficiency test on 8th of June. If you do not have other kind of TOEFL and so on, maybe you need to take this. And if you apply for prep classes, like if you apply for the quotas for the preparatory classes, then there is the language placement exam on 5th of July. And you have to be in like at intermediate level as well, like beginner or pre-intermediate levels are not admitted into institute, even with the preparatory classes. And then the registration is at the 1st and 2nd September. Now, more information is on this page, on the candidate page on the school's university's web page. Now, what are the quotas and exam dates for master's and PhD, our master's and PhD programs? So we have 10 quota for prep classes and 20 for usual regular classes in environmental sciences. You have to have 2.25 GPA over 4, 75 ALES score equally weighted, or if you don't have this, you can provide a GRE score of 155 quantitative. You have to provide your transcript and 2 letters of reference. The written exam is on June 23. It's in the institute building, and the oral exam is 5 days later on June 28, again in the institute meeting hall. For more information, you can contact Professor Furman, the head of the division. And for the environmental technology, the criteria are same, and exam dates and oral exam dates are same, but the contact is Professor Kopti, the head of the division. And for the PhD program, we have 15 in each divisions, but you'll have to have a higher GPA and provide a higher ALES and or GRE score. And the written exam for PhD applicants is June 24, and the oral exam is June 29. And you can contact both Professor Furman and Kopti, depending on whether they apply to environmental technology or environmental sciences. So that's the presentation. Obviously, this was a short one. Hopefully, you have a lot of questions, and we have other faculty members here who are ready to answer your questions. And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and Twitter pages if you are interested. Okay, thank you. So questions and comments, maybe we have other faculty members who want to say something. So I think in order to ask a question, you have to raise your hand. Yeah, right? Is this correct? Or you can write in the chat box. Okay, Zişan Özdemir.
Hello, I'm a senior chemical engineering student at Boston University, and I have some questions relating to the socio-ecological sustainability program. Should I still have to enter the proficiency exam or the written exams for the departmental exams part?
For the English proficiency, if you are a Boğaziçi student, I think you don't have to take the proficiency exam or provide an English proficiency. But you have to obviously take, if I understood correctly, you have to take the written exam that we provide, okay, on June 23.
Okay, so what kind of exam is this?
Actually, you know, I don't know because I have never provided a written exam so far due to pandemics. This is going to be first for me, but maybe other faculty members. Yeah, Nadim Hocam, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The written exam is more a general exam that asks basic questions in math, physics, maybe chemistry, a little bit of your general knowledge in environmental sciences as well. It's typically a multiple choice exam. This is what we were doing before the pandemic, but the last 2 years we did not do it. Mm-hmm. So it is, I mean, there is not much you can prepare. It's more, it reflects more the knowledge that you have acquired over your undergraduate degree.
Thank you. Other questions like that? That was nice. So Zişan, you have another question, or yeah? Yeah, please go
on. Do you have any Erasmus or exchange opportunities for the masters?
Yes. Yes.
So how can I investigate them? I couldn't find it on the website.
Ona da belki Ferhan Hocam.
Yeah, Ferhan Hocam, I would. You are on mute. Yeah.
To look at the website of the international office, there you can find much information. If you write to me, I can also direct you there.
Okay, thank you.
You are graduating from the chemical engineering department?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, international office has like, because it's regular for like for others institutes as well. Mm-hmm. I think they have knowledge on that.
Okay. I also have another question if there is.
Okay, please go
on. Should I apply for environmental sciences or directly to socio-ecological sustainability?
You'll apply to environmental sciences, but you have to specify in your statement of purpose or your motivation letter that you want to apply to socio-ecological sustainability. So you have to signal that you are applying to, you want to apply to a specified track. But for the track, maybe we should also say that you can actually, upon the consent of your advisor and upon the consent of the track that you want to leave and you want to go to, you can actually change your tracks after the first semester, I guess. Yeah, maybe İrem Hoca or others may tell more about this. So I think this is more easier in your own track, in your own division, but it's possible to change tracks after that if you want to, but that depends on, obviously, on the consent of the tracks that you are leaving and tracks that you want to go to. Yeah, İrem Hoca, maybe you can say more on that.
And just one addition, we strongly advise our students to, if they know which track they're applying to, determine that and write it clearly in the statement of purpose. But you can, of course, choose which track you want to continue once you start your education here in Institute of Environmental Sciences. And then after the first semester, you can change it as well. Contingent that you get approval from 2 tracks, one to leave from and the other one to switch to. So there is flexibility in the program. We don't expect you to know everything beforehand, but if you know what you want to study, that's the benefits. But still there's flexibility in the program. You can switch with the consent of 2 tracks.
Okay, thank you.
There's a message by Senem Abak directly to me. Science and engineering background isteniyor number. So yeah, you can apply from teaching physics department because like we have students from those departments before, so you can apply to the sciences or technology divisions. We have another question, Tansu Yeşilkır, please. I think I'm no, sorry. Now you should be able to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I also want to apply for the socio-ecological sustainability concentration area.
Mm-hmm.
For the statement of purpose, should I specify a research topic and research methods?
Well, if you know, if you know the topic that you want to study, obviously you can, yeah, and you are advised to. But if you don't know yet specifically which topic you want to study or which modeling or I don't know which method you want to use, that's okay as well. But if you apply to masters, that's kind of more okay. But if you are applying to a PhD, then that like tracks are not really working. So, but if you know your research topic, at least like the general framework of your research topic, then it's a very big plus for your PhD application as well. Yeah. So.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Other questions? Okay, we still have around like 15 minutes. So maybe, I don't know, there's, yeah. So I have another, I don't know why I received those questions only. So Buse Naz Tınıç asks, thank you for the presentation. Should we ensure the 2 reference letters from both from our professors or one from business and the other from professors? Yeah, I'm not sure really, maybe. Yeah, Nadim Hocam, please.
It can be any 2 letters. It could be from your professors or one could be from outside, but at least one from your professors would be best. I would also like to add one more thing, more to what Cem Hoca has said. The courses that we listed, the specified electives, are actually for the master's program. For the PhD program, it is quite flexible and the student can choose any courses that he or she wishes to take in the institute. Just I wanted to clarify that. Also for the PhD students, if there are any among the audience, there is no hazırlık. So you would have to have the minimum English requirement to be able to enter the program directly. Just these couple of points I wanted to emphasize. And it is, in a way, it is, I mean, a very good time to study environmental sciences, environmental engineering, because it's becoming part of every project almost. So, and one strength of our institute is that it is very multidisciplinary. The faculty are very diverse. There are lots of different topics under environmental sciences, as Cem Hoca explained. And I'm sure you will be able to find an area that you like and you would pursue it more in detail and do research in that area as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So Erdem Gürsoy asks, there are 3 options for proficiency as a student of Boğaziçi, which one I choose? I am exempt, I took an English prof exam, or I do not yet have a document. So Boğaziçi graduates are, I think, are exempt from the language proficiency exams. If you are applying to master's program. For the PhD program, though, you have to provide a YDS or YÖKDİL. Yeah? That's a kind of YÖK regulation. Tansu Hanım.
Hocam, I want to add something about the proficiency exam. I am also a graduate from Boğaziçi University, but after 2 years, after your graduation, you still need to, at least this is what I am told, take the proficiency exam.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Yes, Erdem asks, as a student of Boğaziçi, that's why I answered that. Yeah, but if you are graduated like, I don't know, 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, then you have to obviously provide a proficiency exam. I think this is written in the admission requirements page as well. So if you do not have a proficiency exam, then I'll suggest you to take the BUET on 8th of June. It's the earliest proficiency exam, and for that you can go to YADYOK's webpage and get more information on how to apply to the BUET and so on. Yeah. Or you can have a TOEFL or IELTS. We also accept those. Do you have another question, or Tansu, or that's your hand is up, but I'm not sure. Okay. Another question.
The unrestricted electives, do we call it? Do we have only 2 classes like that?
You can, I think, take non-credit unrestricted electives as well.
Okay.
But that's again upon the consent of your advisor and supervisor. So these are like credits that you need to fulfill. Yeah. But then you can take others non-credit classes. But if you are on your thesis and so on, maybe you need to really think about it, because sometimes courses are quite demanding. So you need to have your have the consent of your advisor, and if you know your supervisor, your thesis supervisor.
Okay, thank you.
So we have 8 minutes left here. Is there anything I forgot to mention? Maybe other faculty members may want to say. Yeah, Berat Hocam, please.
No, Hocam, this is not something that you forgot, but it usually generates a confusion among our candidates. Students usually ask which program do they ask, and they think that they can only work with one advisor. You will be choosing a program when you are applying, but obviously you will work with an advisor also for your thesis work. The professors are listed as their general programs, but if you apply to a science program, you can work with a technology professor or vice versa. So you are free to work with anyone on the institute. And there's also Cem listed quotations for both programs. You don't have to apply to both. Please only choose one program. You don't have to apply to both programs because you will be evaluated based on your own profile. So I just wanted to remind you that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. That's actually a question that comes later when people start their program. But yeah, you can actually work with anybody you want. Yeah, you can actually, the programs are the tracks are quite flexible, and you can have your free elective course classes in another track, and then kind of have a mix of two tracks, and then I don't know, have co-advisors if you want from two different tracks and two different divisions. That's really like flexible. Zişan Özdemir, please.
Is there a separate semester for thesis, or is it just 2 semesters?
So in the master program, you have to finish your course load in at least 4 semesters. Yeah. Normally the program is designed for 4 semesters. So you take your courses, 8 of them in the first year, 4 in the first semester, remaining 4 in the second semester, and then you'll have a whole year for your thesis. So this is the regular way to go. But if you have like problems with your course load, then you can have, I don't know, you can distribute them into 4 semesters and finish your thesis as well. But the official limit for master's students is 6 semesters. So you have to finish your program, your course load and your thesis in 6 semesters. Yeah.
So am I allowed to finish my courses in 2 semesters and then
and write your thesis in the remaining 2? Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. But as I told you, like 4 semesters is the limit to finish your coursework. Otherwise, you can not graduate. Nadim Hocam?
So as Cem Hoca said, the normal period is 4 semesters for the whole master's courses and thesis, but you are allowed up to 6 semesters if you are unable to finish in 4, but not more than 6. It's not possible to register more than 6 semesters. That's for the whole thing. And for the courses, typically 2, maybe 3 semesters, but definite maximum 4 semesters. You cannot take courses after your 4th semester for sure. It's a regulation. Mm-hmm. And so I think there was a question about why only 2 free electives. So the master's program is actually a total of 8 courses plus a seminar. And so there are 2 compulsory courses that you must take, each student must take. They are listed there. And then you choose another 4 from the area you are interested in, and then you are left with 2 more. You could, of course, take more, and they will not count. You could take, for example, music or art or something like that as well, but they will not count. So there are lots of courses outside our institute, actually, that students sometimes take. Swimming, music, or also scientific courses as well.
Okay, I think it's last 4 minutes. We can have one more question, maybe, if you have any. Or you can always write us, any of us, about your question.
Cem Hoca, if I can also add one more thing.
Please.
The deadline is June. What is it? June 23rd, I think, or?
No, 13,
deadline for applying.
Yeah, 13.
Yes. So
yeah.
Make sure you have submitted your application by this deadline, even if you have some missing documents. So the application should be submitted, but let's say letters of reference can come later, maybe, or your English is missing or LS is missing. Still, make sure you apply by the 13th of June. Otherwise, you won't be considered if you haven't submitted by the deadline. Missing documents you have to provide later on. You can provide them over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have something, a document missing, for example, the English language, then, or LS, then you will be given a conditional acceptance. If your evaluation is positive, you will be given a conditional acceptance, which means you have to provide the document in order to register.
Yeah, before registration, you have to provide them. So, and the registration is 1st and 2nd September.
So definitely don't miss the 13 June deadline.
Okay, I think if any, yeah, there's another. Let me see who is. Yeah, Zishan, please go on, but short one, please. We have 2 minutes left.
Sorry if it's too much.
No.
Do you provide courses in the evening or in the morning?
Evening, you mean after 5?
Yeah.
I don't think we have courses after 5, no.
I'm asking this to understand if it's possible to both work and study at the same time.
So yeah, like some of our students are working part-time and come and go to their classes, or they distribute their courses into 3 semesters so that they have less course load per week. And sometimes we have projects and assistantships available to students so that you can work at the institute and also study. But we don't provide courses after 5 o'clock. That's not an executive program like that. No.
Okay, thank you.
So typically the courses are 3-hour blocks, 3 hours after each other. And so if you are working, you would need to get some permission, let's say to get 1.5 days at least, I would say, to be away from work. You make it up on Saturday or something like that.
Can I also make a comment though? As we are all aware, the pandemic conditions are, relatively improving. It's very likely that the teaching will go back to face-to-face. So on-demand lecturing is really hard. So and there's no non-thesis option. The graduate program in the institute is a thesis work, and most of us are working on experimental modeling, which requires a lot of work. So of course we understand everybody needs to work, but make sure that you weigh those options. It is not easy to work in full-time or even part-time and continue a extensive graduate program.
Yeah, so we are end of our time, and our admin says that we need to finish now.
Thank you.
So remaining questions, please send us through our emails. Yeah.
You can contact us from the website.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and
Thank you very much.
see you all hopefully later. Bye bye.